Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, we got a couple trades to talk about in regards to the Washington Wizards, and it's a big one. This is a big one. Okay, let's go with the small one first. We got Montrezl Harrell is going to be traded from Washington to Charlotte. So Charlotte gets a guy that they initially wanted when the Lakers actually signed him. He could have signed a huge deal with the Charlotte Hornets, but decided to go to the Lakers, and then the Lakers didn't even play him because of Frank Vogel. You know how he is, you know how I feel. But he gets to Charlotte into a situation where I think he's going to play well, an exciting energy type of team that fits his personality. LaMelo Ball and all those guys that they have with the excitement that they're going to bring to the table. Charlotte's going to be very fun to watch, and Trez is going to add to that. I'm super excited for him to rekindle his great play without having anybody really in his way, with the exception of Mason Plumlee, to being who he is and be able to do what it is that he does. He hasn't been able to show exactly how good he is based on these circumstances he's been in with these last couple teams. But Charlotte, Trez, good fit, happy for him. And he comes off the book at the end of the season, so they can re-sign him or he can be a free agent. But for now, I think he's going to booster a already solid playoff team with a lot of youngsters and a lot of energy. So I'm happy about that. Washington will be receiving Ish Smith and Vernon Carey along with a second rounder. Essentially what's going on there is Washington gets back a player, Ish Smith, that they're familiar with, someone who played in their system for a while, who they know very well and trust, and Vernon Carey, a center who's on a guy who didn't get a chance to develop in Charlotte, a center on a 3-year, $1.5 million deal. So that's an excellent deal for a guy who still has a lot of upside and could really play up that contract, to say the least. And a second-round pick that'll also help Washington as well. Then we get to the next trade, which is massive. The Mavericks are going to be sending Kristaps Porzingis to Washington for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. Dinwiddie gets to get out of a situation that's been reported isn't great for him. It's reported that Bradley Beal, who's out for the season, and he didn't get along. This gives him an opportunity to kind of move on from him. And a guy by the name of Davis Bertans, who's an excellent shooter, but really does not do much of anything else. And those guys weren't on the greatest of contracts, to be honest with you. Well, Dinwiddie's is all right. 3 years, $17 million. And Bertans at 4 years, $16 million. And I always thought that, Davis Bertans is a solid player, but I just felt like he's more of a role player than he was paid to be, I guess. But I think he'll help the Dallas Mavericks because he's such a fantastic shooter, and that brings another weapon there for them that they can pass to. And Dinwiddie's a guy, another ball handler who can help Luka Doncic. I don't know how that's going to mess with their rotation. Maybe you want to move Luka to the 2, maybe even the 3. I don't know. But him and Spencer Dinwiddie, Dinwiddie being a guy who can really, really play. He's an excellent player. I just think it's a little weird, their fit now with Dinwiddie, Brunson, Luka. It's just a little strange now. They may have another deal in place right now. The trade deadline actually just passed about 5 minutes ago. A lot of deals flow in after like 30 and 40 minutes after that deadline, though. You'll see about them. But I'm just wondering if Dallas is done. The fit is strange to me, and I haven't done a whole lot of thinking about it. But Porzingis to Washington is excellent for Porzingis. He's bouncing back from injury, of course. He's still a fantastic player. Unfortunately, the Washington Wizards probably don't have the same upside that they did because of the fact that Bradley's out for the season. However, they do have some players that have been playing great lately, especially Kyle Kuzma, who's found himself in Washington. KCP, players like that we like a lot. Corey Kispert's starting to play well. So I love the shooting that they provide. I love the versatility and the size that their team can provide themselves, being that they've gotten rid of Trez. You're bringing in Kristaps Porzingis. You got Thomas Bryant coming back from injury. I think he and Porzingis can be excellent if you decide to move Porzingis to the 4. Thomas Bryant can start getting that starting position back if you want to put him there. They just got a lot of stuff in Washington that I think is really good. It's just so damn unfortunate that Bradley Beal is out. But the good thing is Bradley Beal can see in the future and he has a legitimate star running mate in Porzingis, a guy like Kyle Kuzma, who's also, like I said, playing great. So their team for next season, depending on what's going on with their pick situation, what I think is probably still solid, they got some good things that they can feel good about themselves about. So I like this trade for Washington and for the Mavs. I like Dinwiddie. I just don't know if I like him for the Mavericks. I'm not really in love with this deal for the Mavericks. I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. But all in all, this is solid for Washington. I think they did some good things, boosting themselves. Ish Smith is of course going to have a little bit more of a role, which is something I was calling for last time we saw the Charlotte Hornets. He beat up on my Lakers pretty good, and I felt like he could get if he were to get a role that gave him a little more opportunity, he would definitely play that up. So this will give him that with Dinwiddie out of the way and Beal out of the way. He's going to get some real playing time, and I think he deserves that. Vernon Carey's another big since they're losing Trez. That he's going to be in a rotation. He's probably not going to play as much, but hopefully behind those bigs, Porzingis, Bryant, they can have some type of rotation where Vernon Carey gets some playing time and starts to develop a little better. So I love Washington just in general based on all of their assets, based on the moves that they've made here, turning Dinwiddie into Porzingis, which I really like for them. And the Eastern Conference is so loaded, it's going to be tough for them to try to make the playoffs. But like I said, looking forward down the road, you got Porzingis, maybe Bradley Beal. You trade in the offseason, get something for him. You got some good pieces there in Washington and a nice, bright future. So I love this for Washington. Dallas, I got to do a little more thinking, but honestly, I don't like this at all for Dallas. Just off the front of just looking at it, what the hell are you doing? So that's what I think of that. Yeah, those are the trades, man. Washington's getting a little better. And Porzingis gets to move on to his third destination. You have to give some thought to the fit. I'm not really sure exactly who's facilitating there. I just don't know. My mind isn't really giving me an understanding of what the roster looks like just yet. But I can tell you this. When you remove Dinwiddie and Bertans and bring in Porzingis, you're the one that won the trade, period. That's just how it is. So I like it. I like it for everybody. Like I said, Trez going to Charlotte makes me very happy for him because he fits there about as well as he would fit anywhere in the league, in my opinion. And he's going to have an exciting time there. So that's what I see. That's what I see there. That's what it is. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching.